The alumni of the class of '78 launched the event series Hockey Night in Canada in Bethesda. The alumni of the class of '78 launched a moderator-free version of a Facebook group page. The GoFundMe page to underwrite the cost of establishing a 501c3 organization is now live. And a look at the mailbag. My name is Gregory Pichler with the WWHS 78 Wire, and you're watching my monthly update for Friday, November 27th, 2020.
The following is a live presentation of CBC Sports.
Hello, Canada and hockey fans in the United States and Newfoundland.
And now, time for the mail. On November 5th, 2020, I received an email message from a fellow alumni who wishes to stay anonymous that included a copy of a posting on Facebook authored by Jane Fitzgerald. The posting is actually signed by 3 members of the 2018 Reunion Planning Committee, including Jane Fitzgerald, Jay Kaufman, and Liz Dane. The posting, which never directly identifies me as the subject, includes the grievance that I am purporting to represent Jane, Jay, and Liz, who were 3 members of the 2018 Reunion Planning Committee, as well as the grievance that I disabled the feature on the website application, allowing people to unsubscribe, presumably for some nefarious purpose, as well as a rationale for why the moderators have permanently banned me from participating on the Facebook group page, Walt Whitman, Class of '78. Perhaps the rationale behind never identifying me by name has to do with plausible deniability. Who's to say? In any event, let's break down the posting piece by piece. Regarding the first grievance, Jane writes, "Back in 2017, as the reunion committee was preparing for our 40th class reunion, he volunteered to put together a website for our class. Since then, it appears he feels that the site is his to do with as he pleases, but intentionally or unintentionally leading the class to believe that it is coming from all of us who worked on the reunion. This could not be further from the truth. In effect, Jane's allegations is such that I'm purporting to represent her, Jay Kaufman, and Liz Dane, who combined comprised the 2018 Reunion Planning Committee. If you examine my last broadcast email message I sent to the alumni on October 28, 2020, I do identify myself as a 2018 Reunion Planning Committee member. However, that committee is now defunct and is no longer in operation. The committee disbanded on October 12, 2018, 4 days after the reunion event. The purpose for advertising myself as a member of the 2018 Reunion Planning Committee is to give alumni some degree of reference and nothing more. The fact that I was a member of the committee is not relevant for the purposes of organizing ongoing events post-reunion. Nowhere in the email message nor on the website do I identify Jane Fitzgerald, Jay Kaufman, nor Liz Dane to have any involvement whatsoever with the de facto alumni site. As there are over 40 documents on the de facto alumni site, there may indeed be residual documents that bear the names of the former committee members. However, that is simply an oversight. The names of the 2018 Reunion Planning Committee's members have been scrubbed from the website, leaving only my name as webmaster. More important than the signatories on this posting are the names of the former 2018 Reunion Planning Committee members who do not appear, including Committee Chair Tracy Zeidfinger, Maurice Grant, Ben Lynn, Leslie Disson, and Joey Applebaum. Regarding the second grievance, Jane writes, he has also stated in his email that many of us received that if you unsubscribe from the website, you will not get any more info from the site about upcoming reunions, etc. This too could not be further from the truth. In fact, there was an undetected script anomaly in the template form. 15 people did attempt to unsubscribe, only to be notified by the application that the system failed to perform the function. None of the 15 people ever contacted me to alert me of the apparent software glitch. Errors like these are commonplace in evolving software projects. The underlying code base for the domain WWHS1978.org originates from the domain teptac.org. That code base is constantly evolving. New releases on that code base are being deployed, requiring updates to the templates in the broadcast email software. That is the failure point. The fault has since been corrected. Any alumni that receives a broadcast email from the domain WWHS1978.org and wishes to unsubscribe can do so on the next broadcast message. Regarding Jane's rationale for permanently banning me from the Facebook group Walt Whitman Class of 78, Jane writes, everyone has the right to put on any event or info. We did not, quote, censor him for that. The Facebook posts were deleted because, in our eyes, he was misrepresenting to hosts to fit his agenda. This is all well and good. However, it is immaterial as moderators have affinity rights. Moderators of Facebook group pages can invite any accounts they wish to join the group page. Or in my case, they can disinvite members whose material they deem as objectionable. They really do not need a plausible explanation. In any event, when news spread about my account being banned, my email client inbox lit up, largely due to email messages from alumni who are registered Republicans. They all believe that given my material advertising an alumni event coinciding with the federal election on November 3rd, 2020, which includes a 5-letter word that appears to trigger people in Montgomery County, Maryland, coupled with the fact that the material had a negative spin towards Vice President Biden, that this was the reason the material was expunged and I was summarily banned from the group page. If the alumni kicks out the Proud Boys, the Bernie Bros, QAnon, the Black Lives Matter people, Antifa, the Hillary Clinton pantsuit fanatics, anti-abortionist Catholics, militant Jews, Islamic fundamentalists, social justice warriors, the Rad Femmes, the TERFs, the gay boys, the LGBTQT people. Who do you think we have left to attend a reunion event? You would not have enough people to form a pinochle game. Embracing diversity means you tolerate and accommodate people who have lifestyles and beliefs you otherwise hate. Jane's posting stands in stark contrast to the email messages between the various members in September of 2018 and October of 2018. To illustrate this, I would like to present a number of the email messages from these individuals 2 years ago, exposing what their positions were on the de facto Alumni website at the time. On September 11, 2018, Jane Fitzgerald writes, "I was not at the first few meetings when the request for a class webpage was brought up. What I see is that the class webpage is a separate entity from the reunion. This committee has worked together to hold an event. When the event is over, the committee dissolves. The class webpage is a fluid product for our classmates to go to for ongoing information and connection. Not every classmate is on Facebook, nor do they necessarily want their information displayed, but may be interested in a dedicated website. I personally have no problem announcing this to our classmates and giving them your contact information, Greg, if they're interested in donating to the cost or want to help you in this endeavor." On the same day, September 11, 2018, Liz Dane writes, "Greg, we did indeed ask you to create a website. We wanted a simple site that people could go to for various reasons. We are appreciative of your efforts. However, the site you created was complicated and difficult to work with. We tried politely to tell you that it was not working. We didn't communicate it well, as we should have, as we did not want to hurt your feelings. We didn't communicate, and you were not listening to us. It shouldn't have resulted in a shouting match. We also stepped over people's shoes, so to speak. People were assigned roles, and then some people took it upon themselves to jump in and take over the roles. Perhaps you need to rethink about joining groups if you don't do anything. Just a thought." On October 9, 2018, 3 days after the reunion event, Joey Applebaum writes, "I appreciate the time and effort you put into the website. That said, I am not comfortable being part of it. Please remove my name and any of my contact information. Thanks, Joel." The same day, on October 9th, 2018, Jay Kaufman writes, "Thank you, Greg, but please also remove us from any listings as to involvement with the website, i.e. planning committee, as the reunion event is complete and I don't know what I will be doing in 10 years. On receiving Jay Kaufman's email, I wrote him back, challenging him as to whether he was speaking for the entire planning committee. This is what he had to say. "I am only speaking for myself and Joel. We would like to see our names removed from the website as the event is over and we have no control or input into the website." Finally, I'd like to share one other email message with you. This one is from Chris Barker. Barker writes on October 11th, 5 days after the event, "Great job to all of you, and I apologize for having to back out over the last few months, but I really appreciate your thoughts and understanding. A simple 5-year reunion without all the bells and whistles is a great idea. I'll be healthy then, I promise. Chris." Chris Barker died at the Adler Center Hospice on April 23, 2020, from complications of leukemia. Chris was 60 years old. Chris was indeed a good guy. Chris served on the 2018 Reunion Planning Committee. You never heard Chris say a critical thing about anybody, even behind somebody's back. He will be missed.